is a people power revolution in the offing right now. Ang pag-aaklas ba ng mga taong bayan, kagaya ng people power sa EDSA noon, EDSA 1 and EDSA 2, ay nakikita natin mangyayari in the very near future. Well, as I have said before, I don't think it is. Sadly, para sa mga naghahanap ng pagbabago sa kasalukuyan, I don't think that the elements necessary for a people power revolution is here with us right now. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Ito po si Attorney Mike Operario. Bakit ko po sinabi ang aking opinion na yan? Well, kailangan nating pag-aralan po yung mga successful na revolution. Number one, EDSA 1. EDSA 1 was triggered by a coup d'etat. Hindi po ito napagplanuhan, bigla na lang nangyari because Marcos discovered that Fidel Ramos and Enrile were planning a military junta na kanilang bubuin. Na-discover ito, nagtago sila sa Camp Aguinaldo sa EDSA at nagkaroon ng panawagan noon ang mga taga-suporta ni Cory Aquino na protektahan itong dalawang mga important personalities noon na si Enrile, who is the Defense Secretary, si Fidel Ramos, is I think the second in command of the AFP at that time because the chief of staff then was Fabian Ver. At nung sumali na ang simbahang Katoliko at nagbigay na ng panawagan si Cardinal Sin, dito na dumagsa ang maraming tao sa EDSA. Again, this was unplanned. And it became successful eventually because it reached what I call the critical mass of a number of people. I think the critical mass for a people power revolution will be about 1 million people in the streets. Noong EDSA 2, matapos hindi payagan ng Senado ang pagbubukas ng brown envelope na nagko-contain ng mga ebidensya sa Jose Velarde account ni Erap Estrada, nag-resign ang Senate President noon, si Nene Pimentel, nag-walk out sila sa Senado. And then, this triggered a spontaneous reaction from the people. It started with the noise barrage dito sa Metro Manila. And then people instinctively went to EDSA at nag-ipon-ipon. And then, it reached that critical mass of 1 million and then it grew. Hindi na tumigil. For 3 days, people continued on to gather. And then, unti-unti, ang mga military ay nagsi-defect na sa mga nagrarally sa EDSA because they felt that there was a strong support for the clamor of the resignation of Erap Estrada. The clincher there was when Angelo Reyes went to EDSA and expressed his support. He abandoned Erap Estrada. Ito yung mga successful na people power revolution. And there are things also that failed. Ano? In 1987, after the first EDSA, nagkaroon ng first attempt ang Marcos administration na bawiin uli ang kapangyarihan through the Manila Hotel mutiny. Nagtago doon sina Tolentino at ilang mga kapanalig nilang mga general, and then nagpuntahan yung mga Marcos loyalists, but it did not materialize. Eventually, it fizzled out because this was planned. Pinagplanuhan ito. 1989, nagkaroon din ng coup d'etat si Gringo Honasan. After meticulous planning, it also failed. 2005, nagkaroon po ng rally noon against Gloria Arroyo after the expose nung Hello Garci. But walang nangyari dito. I think primarily because walang central figure ang opposition noon na pwede silang mag-revolve around. Naghati-hati po noon ang opposition. Kaya ang daming kandidato noong presidente. And si Gloria Arroyo employed a tactic that worked. Nag-apologize siya. You remember that video? I'm sorry. It's like saying sorry without actually saying sorry. Gusto lang niyang sabihin ang isang bagay na gustong marinig ng mga tao. And I think that did the trick. Isa pa sa mga naging dahilan na nag-fizzle out itong revolution against Gloria Arroyo was the non-participation of the church, of the Catholic Church. People were eagerly awaiting for the official declaration or condemnation from the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines. Pero unfortunately, CBCP came out with a position that is, tawag nila dito, pardon me for the term, but this is what they call it, medyo bakla yung position that CBCP took. And it was like condemning something without condemning someone. So that fizzled out shortly at nawala na rin po yung kontrobersiya laban kay Gloria Arroyo. So what are we saying here? What we're saying here is that the successful revolutions against the incumbent happens with the direct action of the people. It is never planned, it is spontaneous. Kapag pinagplanuhan, it will also give the other party the opportunity to prepare. Kagaya po nung halimbawa, nung September 21, ang tagal-tagal, pinlano yan, ina-announce, ang daming mga announcements sa Facebook, social media, and everything. At sinasabi doon na ito ay magaganap sa ganitong petsa. So, naghanda ang mga kontra kay Marcos, naganda rin yung mga para kay Marcos. And this is the outcome. I don't think a revolution is really ever planned. Dapat yan ay sa ating sa karanasan. A people power revolution is never planned. It is spontaneous. It is a reflection of the outpouring of the emotion of the people, of their sentiment. At yung galit na yan ng mga mamamayan, once nag-umpisa na, ay hindi mo na mapipigilan. That is why I've been telling you, there is only one event, I think, that will trigger this outpouring of emotion, of anger, and of frustration ng mga tao. That will be a sad day for the Philippines if it happens, but I think kung mangyari man po yan, eventually it will happen. It will finally awaken tayong lahat ng mga sambayan ng Pilipino. At marirealize natin na ang tunay na kapangyarihan ay nasa ating mga kamay. Dadating ang panahon na ang mga taong natatakot, eventually marirealize nila na mas marami sila. Ang kanilang higbi ay magiging iyak. At ang iyak ay magiging tinig. At ang tinig magiging panindigan. At ang panindigan magiging kilos. At ang kilos magiging kapangyarihan. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Patuloy po tayong makilahok, patuloy tayong mag-aral, sapagkat mahirap makialam ang taong walang alam. God bless you, God bless us all. Mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.